What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's video, just want to give you guys a heads up, a simple reminder that we are 218 subs away from hitting 500 subs. And I have said this before and I will say it again, if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because practically 100% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed. And to top it all off, we gotta get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, excuse me, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all my social media. All my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below, answering the question of the day, which is this: what deck are you guys looking forward to see get played the most out of Supreme Darkness? Let me know down in the comments below. And for today's video, we have the last batch of cards that has just been announced for Supreme Darkness, which includes OCG imports and World Premiere cards, all of which I will be revealing in this video. So I am not gonna waste any time. I'm gonna get straight into it with the OCG imports. All these cards I have talked about when they were when they were V-Jump promos sometime I think last year, funny enough. So we have detonating Karibo, Otanari Thunder, Performer Pal Sky Magician Girl, and Majestas Chorozo, which interestingly enough is a really good instant fusion target, which is pretty cool. Sky Girl is actually not that bad. I mean her effect is actually kind of cracked. I mean, being able to just randomly special summon her from your hand is just absolutely incredible. The only catch is that you have to have a continuous spell on board to special summon her, which is like whatever. But other than that, it's actually kind of sick. But we now move from that into the brand new World Premiere cards, and I believe that there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 new cards to talk about in this video, so let's get straight into it. Kicking things off, we've got Dark Necromancer, which is a 4-star Dark Zombie with 1000 attack, 1400 defense, and the effects reads as follows. If this card is normal or special summon, you can send 1 fiend or zombie ritual monster from your hand or deck to the grave. Then you can add 1 ritual spell from your deck to your hand. If this card is banished, you can target one of your banished level 4 lore fiend or zombie monsters, special summon it. You can only use each effect once per turn. So this is basically Foolish Burial and Monster Reborn all rolled into one. That's all it is. This is really good for decks like Vendrid, and the Demise King of Armageddon decks. Those are the 2 decks that I could totally see using this card. Vendrid's the only downside is that with both decks, they're way past their prime. We're at a point now where the games now are so fast in terms of strategy, that if you were to play one Vendrick card, say you were able, say you normal summoned one of the Vendrick, 4-star monsters, and you tried to use its effect, your opponent will just overpower you and just bring out their board. Excuse me. They'll just bring out their board right off the bat, and you essentially will have no cards in hand, no cards in on your field, and most of the Vendrick cards, they don't have effects to activate in the graveyard. So essentially, you just end up losing, which is a bit of a downgrade with this card. But I feel like if Vendrids were to get more support, like maybe a couple of tuners and a synchro or something, then yeah, maybe the deck could still play, but I doubt it. But next up we have Volcarion, the Rotting Phoenix. Which is a 4-star Dark Zombie tuner with 1600 attack, 0 defense, and the effects read as followed. If you control a zombie, you can special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can return this card from the field to the hand. Then you can special summon a zombie from your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. This basically just, so all this does, it just tags itself out. It tags itself out for another body, which for a card like this, Shiranui can definitely abuse this card. I would say Shiranui could also abuse Dark Necromancer. The only problem is that Shiranui doesn't have any ritual. So if it were to have any form of ritual summoning, then yeah, maybe the deck could abuse both cards. But this card is definitely abusable in Shiranui, just because of the fact that this is essentially a one card Shiranui Sun Saga, which Sun Saga is just a nasty card to play. Absolutely insane. Next up, we have Curse of the Ancient Turtle. Which is a normal spell, and the effects read as followed. Banish one zombie from your hand or grave. Send a zombie from your deck to the grave. When your zombie monster is destroyed by battle, you can banish the card from your grave. Special summon a zombie with 2,000 or less defense from your deck. You can only use each effect once per turn. This is basically Foolish Burial. This is basically Foolish Burial, and being able to just randomly special summon a zombie from your deck that has less than 2,000 defense. That's not bad. The funny thing is that there are quite a few zombie monsters that actually do have less than 2,000 defense. So this card is actually is actually going to be pretty insane. You can even also use this card, excuse me, to summon out Pyramid Turtle, which even Pyramid Turtle can still see some play in today's meta. So this is actually pretty insane. Next up we have Mini Malian. I'm probably butchering the name, but that's basically what I'm calling it. Mini Malian. But it is a 4-star water psychic with a measly 100 attack and defense, and the effects read as follows. You can banish one other card from your hand, special summon this card from your hand. You can banish a face-up level 4 or lower monster you control, special summon a monster from your deck with the same original type and attribute. that the banished monster had, but 1 or 2 levels lower than its original level. You can only use each effect once per turn. So hypothetically speaking, sharks could run this card. Dark Magician could run this card, hypothetically speaking, because you can go from Dark Magician into a card like Palladium Oracle Mana, potentially Mahad, go from Dark Magician to Palladium Oracle Mana, or Dark Magician Gold, which is just absolutely insane, and it can also help facilitate your potential of fusion plays as well, which is really cool. So this is actually not too bad of a card. The only downside is that if you get hit with a card like what was it, Rivalry of Warlords or Gozen Match, then you're pretty much fucked. And the only way to get out of that lock is if you had some sort of like back row removal to stop it, which right now there's quite a few cards that do see play, especially on Master Duel. Cards like Dust Tornado, MST, Harpy's Feather Duster, even also Heavy Storm as well is another cool one. Is another cool one to use. So still, other than that, this isn't too bad. You could even also, hypothetically speaking, use this in decks like Florinderiz, Makanko. Actually, quite a few decks actually that can abuse that card. But next up, we have Shadow Severing Strike, which is a continuous spell, and the effects read as followed. If a card is banished from your hand and or field to activate a monster effect, except during the damage step, you can apply one of the following effects based on one of the card types banished. Monster, negate the effects of a face-up spell trap on the field until the end of the turn. Spell, draw 2 cards. Trap, banish a monster on the field. Second effect, the other effect reads, if this card is banished to activate a monster effect, you can add one of your other banished cards to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. So with the first effect, it literally is imperm. It's literally imperm for back row, Pot of Greed, and dimensional prison, or sorry, deep prison, dimensional prison, all rolled into one singular continuous spell, which is absolutely insane. Plus, you can even also add one of your banished cards to your hands as well, which is absolutely nuts. But next up, we have DD Post, which is a continuous trap, and the effects read as follows. Monsters you control gain 300 attack for each card type, monster, spell, or trap among your banished cards. Once per turn during the main phase, you can banish a card from your hand or grave. Then you can shuffle one of your banished cards into the deck. If this card is banished, you can place it face up on your field. You can only use this effect once per turn. Honestly, that's not bad. I mean, being able to completely recycle your deck, that's actually kind of sick. Excuse me. So decks like Tirlaman, Kashtira can basically work this card can literally work against those decks, but it can also work with those decks as well. Being able to recycle back your ogres, your Fenrirs, unicorns, and and whatnot is actually kind of sick. You could even also use this card to recycle the field spell or Kashtira Birth as well, which is pretty cool. Next up, we've got Beast of Talwar, the Sword Summit. A little homage to the original Beast of Talwar monster card, and this one is a 7-star Dark Fiend with 2400 attack, 2150 defense, and it says that this card is always treated as an Archfiend card. And the effects read as follows. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. The first time this card would be destroyed by an opponent's card effect each turn, it is not. And neither player can target other monsters with equipped cards, with equipped spell cards, or effects. Honestly, it's an okay retrain of the original Beast of Talwar. The only downside is that if your deck is heavy on equipped spells and this card is on board, you essentially then your hand, depending on what cards you have in your hand, they can essentially be dead. Literally, they can essentially be dead, and the only thing you would have is a 2400 beater, which does a whole lot of nothing in my opinion. But still, I mean, it's cool. It's cool that they're giving older cards a retrain, but this one not the best in my opinion. But next up, we've got Ripple Bird. Which is a rank 1 winged beast succeeds with 1000 attack, 0 defense, and requires 2 level 1 monsters. And the effects read as follows. You can detach 1 material from this card, target a monster on the field, change its battle position. While all monsters you control are in an attack position, they gain 500 attack. While all monsters you control are in defense, your opponent cannot declare an attack. So you literally want your monsters to be in defense position, so they can't do jack shit. And the only way that they would be able to do jack shit is if your opponent decided to imperm this card. Once this card if the moment this card's effects get negated, then you're pretty much just screwed. So, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty decent for any 1-star heavy base decks. Potentially Karibo is definitely one that comes into mind. Maybe Floowandereeze, I guess, could potentially run it. I don't know. That's a weird one. We are down to the final card, you guys. So let's talk about it, and it's known as the Toil of the Normal. I know what you're thinking. The name is weird. The artwork is weird. Yu-Gi-Oh is weird. It is very weird, you guys. But it is a normal trap, and the effect reads as follows. Apply these effects in sequence based on the number of normal monsters with different names in your grave. Skip over any that do not apply. 1 or more. This turn, normal monsters you control gain 800 attack. 2 or more. Negate the effects of one effect monster on the field until the end of the turn. 3 or more. This turn, normal monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. 4 or more. Shuffle 1 effect monster on the field into the deck. 5 or more. Add add another copy of this card from your deck to your hand. You can only activate this card once per turn. Honestly, that's pretty crazy. I mean, literally, if you have more than 5 monsters with different names, like say you have say for example you had excuse me, say for example you have Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Elemental Hero Neos, and let's say Elemental Hero Burstinatrix, if you will, in your graveyard right now. Like, let's say that were to be the case. You can literally use all five of these effects in sequence, which is insane. This is actually probably one of the craziest things I've seen. But this is more suited for, again, for decks that rely on nothing but vanillas, which there aren't a whole lot of decks that can use it. Maybe a warrior, like some sort of like a vanilla like warrior beatdown strategy. I don't know. I think anytime Konami produces cards that focus more so on vanilla based decks, those cards are usually the ones that don't see any play at all, unless if unless if there was a deck that unless if there was a meta deck that did rely on the vanillas, then yeah, maybe the deck would be okay, but I really don't see that happening anytime soon. But with that being said, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.